Aloha world! Look, I'm wearing my kimono. Um, a while back, I went to Japan. Actually, I went there twice or three times already. One of my hula sisters, who is very dear to my heart, lives in Saitama, Japan, and I have visited her quite a few times. I love Japan. Japan is probably one of the other place I would consider retiring. However, it is pretty expensive. From food, cost of living, housing, everything is so very expensive, and we can probably make it, but there's no work. There's not many work in Japan either. It's very similar to the Philippines, where when you're in your 30s and then you basically have a lot of competition, young people trying to get in to the industry. So it's harder. Nowadays, though, Japanese people are not having a lot of kids or not having any kids at all. So their population has aged. So that's one major problems of Japan right now. In a few years, there won't be any young people running around the streets or at schools or everywhere, mostly older communities. Anyway, my friend took me shopping, and kimonos are very expensive in Japan. Um, I found this and I fell in love with it. I have not worn it. In fact, it still has the tags. I won't tell you how much it is because it's pretty pricey. But it's beautiful. It's very beautiful and it fits perfectly. I love it. See, it's very intricate. And these flowers, I love it. So when I miss Masami and Satoru, I wear it because it reminds me of her. And you think I'm nice, Masami is even more nice. She's sweet, she's gentle, she's very kind, also very generous, and I wish she still lives here. She lived in California. Her and her husband, they lived here for a few years. They worked for Honda, and Honda brought them here and worked here for a few years. And then when their employment visa expired, they went back home. So, Sis Masami, I love her. I taught her hula. She also goes to the Halao, the hula school, where I went to for a few years until she went home to Japan, and then that was the end, I think, of her hula career. I mean, hula hobby. I did visit her there, and we performed for free at a hospital where her mom volunteers for the elderly. So we performed there. Her mom dances too, so it was nice. And she has such a beautiful family. Every time I think about those times, it brings me back there in Japan. The people are just beautiful, they're wonderful, very respectful. Um, Japan is one of the cleanest country I have ever been. Singapore is also very nice, and but Japan, they are way ahead of us. They are way ahead of us. They recycle their waters, and just the way they take care of nature, and food is an art, and cooking is an art, and everything is just perfect. I love Japan. Anyway, I'm wearing it because I miss her, and I love this, and I love her very much. I miss Sis Masami and Brother Katoru Sato of Saitama, Japan. I miss you very much, and I miss Rookie very much. I know it's been a few years since his passing, but I love that dog. He's like my adopted son. But he's in heaven now. Anyway, I was walking down the street earlier before Chris came home. I was going to go for a run, but I was tired, so I just went uphill and then downhill. I saw this lady. She is Japanese. She's in her 70s and she still runs. Like she runs up the hill, down the hill, and she's in fabulous shape. For a 70-year-old lady, she runs probably faster than me. She's in a very good shape, thank God. But we're neighbors. She lives right behind our house, and I've known her for at least 10 years. Not very well. We just say hi and bye, and she would see one of my cats and she would come to the door and pet the cats. She loves cats, and I think she rescues cats. So she's a hi and bye friend, but today she stopped from her running and she said hi, and I said hello, how are you? She says good. How's your cat? We were conversing, and then she happened to ask, where are you from originally? So I told her, well, I've lived here longer than I've lived there, but I'm originally from the Philippines. I came here when shortly after high school, a week after high school graduation, and I love it here. I've been working since, and I'm still working now, and hoping to retire soon. And she says, Philippines, that's really nice. Um, then she started talking about different stuff about how she admires the Philippines, and I thought I would do a short vlog because a lot of people only really mentions about the beaches, and that's how Philippines stand out other than people marrying foreigners, like Filipinas marrying foreigners. But beaches are usually the topic when they say, oh, Philippines or dive spots and all that. There's a lot to talk about the Philippines actually. First, just like Japan, Filipinos have very high respect for elders. We put them up high over there, and it's just Filipino nature to respect elders, and I've been all throughout the world, and it's not like that everywhere. So I am proud of our heritage, and I am proud of that culture. Respect for elders is very important, and I'm glad Filipinos we raised that way. Um, it's true in the Southeast Asian communities. It's all like that. You go everywhere in Asia, it's mostly that way, at least Southeast Asia. But everywhere else I traveled, uh, their parents become their supporters. At the same time, their parents are doing all of the household chores. I mean, it may be somewhat true in the Philippines, but I think it's because parents choose to do it, right? It's not like, oh, you have to do it for me and all that. But we do have high respect for the elders. And the Japanese lady friend of mine earlier mentioned that. She's like, it's very similar to Japanese people. You basically respect your elders, and that's nice. So that was one she mentioned. Um, the closeness within the family, close family ties, is also something that we should be proud of as Filipinos. Again, not everyone in the world, not many countries do that. Like, even in the United States, after 18, you're basically on your own. They push you out of the door. They can't wait for you to turn 18 just so you can take care of yourself. In the Philippines, they don't make you leave unless you're married. And even if you're married, they still tend to hold you down and, I mean, not down, but hold you in so you don't leave the family, which is nice. And I always tell the young people out there, if your parents want you to stay and none of your siblings object, stay. Because, if someone tells me, my mom tells me, stay, we'll take care of you, you don't have to pay rent, I would probably forever, I would never leave. But use that time to save and then spread your wings. If your parents offer for you to stay home and rent free, take that opportunity to stay and be with them because they're not going to be there forever, and save, for the future. It's a very good opportunity, especially right now. Rent is super high and not many people can afford it right now. It's bad. I mean, it's bad everywhere. Um, Filipinos are known to be always hospitable, and that's true. Even the Filipinos here in this country. I mean, some of them change, but I think it's embedded within us, and we're just that way. We're hospitable people. We're also, no matter what the situation is, most Filipinos are always grateful. Like, we learn to laugh at things. Like, even my husband would say, Filipinos are crazy. They're always happy and they laugh at everything. And I'm like, no, we don't. But what he meant was that we Filipinos make a time to have fun. We get together and we sing. We get together and we dance, and he sees me like doing TikTok and singing, dancing, playing the ukulele. And even when I'm alone, I find ways to make myself happy and busy and accomplished, like I'm always doing something, and not just for work or how to make money or helping someone. I do things for myself too, and even when I'm alone, I do it because it's healthy and it's just the way we are. Filipinos are very hardworking, especially the ones who migrated to the United States. Very hardworking, almost everyone. I think it's because, we value the money. We are proud of our work, and we save, to be able to send money back home and help out the family, right? Filipinos are mostly hardworking. Um, a lot of people here are not like that. In fact, they try and get away with working but still get some money from the government. Most people here are like that. It's pretty sad. Um, Also to mention is that the food. The lady was like, "You have the best mangoes." I'm like, yes, we do. And the only ones we export out of the Philippines as far as mangoes are the dried mangoes. We don't give you the seeds because it's ours. We do have the best mango. No one can compare, not any country. We have the best mango in the world. Believe me. A lot of mangoes here, no matter what country, it's very fibrous. It's not like our mango where you can scoop it with a spoon and hardly any fiber. It's so good. I'm salivating. Now I want mango. But the ones that we pair with puto, the sweet rice in the morning with the sekwati, the hot chocolate. We don't have that here. From time to time, the Filipino stores would sell the so-called Manila mango, but really it's not from the Philippines because, if it were from the Philippines, it would be transported by boat and it takes forever to get here. The mango would have been rotten and black, you know. So a lot of them, even though they label it Manila mango, and most of them actually come from Mexico, which is, few hours away from where I am, at least the border. So you can basically drive from my house all the way to the border, to Tijuana, and be in Mexico for 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Um, yes, the mango is so good. We have the best barbecue. No matter who I ask, my husband is like, oh, the barbecue. Every time I bring him with me to visit the Philippines and the family, the first thing he says, because we always arrive in the daytime, first thing he says, oh, sekwate. Where's the sekwate? I'm like, don't be demanding. Maybe we'll go to the hotel, drop off the bags, shower because the flight was 24 hours, and then we can go to the market. I took him to the market, sa mercado, and we ate there, tiny little bench, tiny little table from an old lady at the market, and he sat down, he, like a cowboy, he just sat down. We ate, and then we left. It was nice. Um, and then the barbecue at night is so good. You don't find that anywhere else. I think it's because in the Philippines we use fresh meat rather than, you go to the supermarket here and they have been previously frozen. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't. So you guys are so lucky. 'Cause every time I go there, I just go there for 1 week and I eat, and then I gain weight. Then I come here and I start running and then I lose the weight. Then I eat a lot again. Viol would tell me, Sis Viol would say, you're just making the Philippines your kitchen. I'm like, yeah, because you have really good food here. The fruits, exotic fruits can be found in the Philippines. Most of them. They are very expensive here if we even have it. And nowhere else to be found. You have the guyabano, the mangosteen, the chico, atis, which is very good for the heart and the brain. You have the mangosteen, the rambutan, the lanzones, balimbing, the duhat, the lumboy, siniguelas, the santol, all those fruits are very healthy and I can't find them here. They are not to be found here. Mangosteens, we get some sometimes from Malaysia, maybe Thailand, some from Mexico, but not many. And they're very expensive. Like, you get a box of mangosteen and there's like 9 or 10 of them. It's like $100 plus $12 shipping. It's just ridiculous. It's so expensive. So every time I go there, I would go to the supermarket. I'm like, how much for everything? And then I give it away and I take it home to my mom because she loves it. And yeah, the avocados there, so good. The papaya, pineapple, I could go on and on. That's what I miss so much, the fruits. And then you have the vegetables. The vegetables, though, I can find here in California. Like malunggay is here, opo, the eggplant, ampalaya, I can buy it from here. um, kalabasa, kamote, alugbate, kangkong. All of the vegetables I can find here, and I cook them, all the time. You probably saw some of my videos, and yeah, that one I don't miss so much because I have it here. And then we also have Filipino restaurants, but the fruits, they're hard to find. They are very hard to find. You're so lucky. And then you talk about the fresh fish, the fresh catch of the day from the fishermen and all those fishing boats, coming in. You have the freshest fish. Never been frozen, I know because I used to sell them. I used to go to Pasil, Cebu, and sometimes we would even meet boats when I was younger, especially when the yellowfin and the budlisan, barilis is all in season. We would actually meet the fishermen and buy them by the banyera, the large containers, which contains about 50 kilos at the time. Each container contains 50 kilos of fresh fish. Now I'm hungry. Then you have the lagaw, the tulingan, the other kinds of snappers. You have the anduhaw, tikab, tamarong, budburon, hinok. Oh my goodness, now I'm really hungry. And then you add on the pansat, the large shrimp, the prawns, the medium-sized shrimp. You have the lobsters. You have the different types of crab. Now I'm hungry. I didn't eat dinner, so I'm hungry. And then from there, what did we do? The people, the food, the vegetables, fruits, the fresh catch of the day, and then we have the fresh chicken and fresh pork and even the beef. Those I don't miss so much because I don't really eat a lot of meat. Chicken, usually. Pork, I'd eat if I cook it because I want to make sure all of the fat is cut off and thrown away. I don't eat the fat. Yeah, pork only when I cook it. I would eat pork, but from time to time I would crave some cracklings like the kinupusan. Like I use the pork belly, cut it in little pieces, and then I make sure that it's well done and crispy so the fat is all gone. But it's good with hot, spicy ketchup. I'm hungry, guys. Oh no. Okay, we'll divert to the beaches. Philippines is a magical place. Don't ever leave. I think the only people who would leave are the ones that's wanting to make a lot more money and save before retirement, the young. But if I were you, don't ever leave. Philippines is a paradise. You have the best mountains, the rainforests, beautiful plants and trees, the flowers. You get a lot of rain, which it's not like that all throughout the world. Not many countries get a lot of rain. The beaches, the sparkling blue waters, the turquoise waters. It's beautiful. The hills, it's just beautiful. Although it makes me sad that a lot of developers, especially in Cebu, have been developing them. The hills are gone mostly, and they're going up north to the tip of Cebu. To the south, I think they're hitting Argao now. They are building a lot of stuff there, and everything is getting a lot more expensive. If you have land and you're local there, Don't get rid of it. I know it's tempting when developers say, I'll pay you 5 million for your land or for your bukid, for your hill, and you'll be rich. But yeah, but we're losing our resources, we're losing our trees, we're losing the gardens, we're losing a lot of our pollinators, the birds, the bees, the butterflies are gone. It looks so sad now. It's all concrete, hot, and dusty. We need the birds, our pollinators, the moth, the bees, butterflies. They keep the food chain going. Without the trees, there won't be any pollinators because they have nothing to eat. And without those pollinators, we won't have food because no more food production, no more food chain going round and round. And at least we'll do that for the young generation or upcoming generation because daghang mabdus karon. But anyway, if you have land, if you farm, please keep those. Don't sell those to the developers. I know everyone needs money, but we need to eat off the land. Eventually, everyone would be living right on top of each other, next to each other, no more space, just like how it is in China, Hong Kong, a lot of places in Europe, it's like that. There's no garden, everything is cement, it's so hot. And in the Philippines, it rains a lot, and without the trees and the hills and the valleys and everything, all these wonders of nature, flood would be all over, and mudslides, all of these catastrophes are coming in, lurking in, just waiting to happen because no more trees. We need to keep them, and we need to start planting a whole lot of them. We really need them. Anyway, I'm going from one topic to the other, bouncing off the walls, it seems like. But yeah, the beaches, the mountains, the waterfalls, the caves. We have a lot of beautiful caves, but I'm not fond of caves. I'm always thinking there's a big snake lurking around inside, so I don't go in. I stay away from caves, sorry. We have the best dive spots, especially south of Cebu. We have the best dive spots. I know a lot of people from the United States and all over Europe, they would come to Cebu for diving. And we should be proud. We have a lot of these beautiful resources and beautiful tourist spots, and we should keep them that way. In fact, we should fence them up so no one can come. That way, it will always be there. And when there's a lot of crowd, there's a lot of pollution, and when that happens, all of the fishes will go away. They'll go somewhere else where it's secluded and not many people, of course. But yeah, I love the Philippines. There's a lot to say about the Philippines, a lot of good. There are cons, you know. A lot of people also have many things to say how bad the Philippines is, like the government, the corruption, the trash all over, and many other things. But for now, let's focus on the good. Philippines is beautiful. The only thing I would probably change in my life if I were to do it again was that I wouldn't leave the country. I think I would have still survived and helped people even if I stayed. At that time, I was thinking I would help a lot more people if I'm here and making money here, sending it there, because it's multiplied many times. A dollar is 50 pesos. Sometimes it goes up all the way up to 55 pesos, especially around Christmas time, and means a lot to many people out there. But if I were to do it over again and I'm young again, I know it will never happen, but I would stay. I would stay. I'd still take care of people, but I wouldn't be missing the food, the beaches, my family, friends. I think it would have been better in some ways. I don't know. That would be the only thing I would change because God has blessed me with many friends here, experiences, schooling. You know, I've had wonderful people and employers who actually paid for my education here in the United States. The company paid for my education, so I never stopped going to school. Anyway, I just thought I'd share with you my conversation with the nice Japanese lady. She's very kind, especially to animals. I've never met her husband because she always runs alone, but even when it's pouring rain, she still runs uphill. She's really tiny and skinny, but she has a lot of energy, and especially energy right here from within. She has a good heart. I hope I get to speak with her again. Anyway, I'm just sharing. I'm all alone. Chris went to visit his friends. He came by earlier and he says, honey, I'm going to go play poker. I'm like, okay, have fun. I'm going to do my vlog. He starts laughing. Anyway, I'm going to get ready for bed and enjoy the rest of your day. Would have been around 1 o'clock there, Philippine time. Aloha! Bye-bye!